Alright guys, Salam Trust Name 3 here. Let's hit it.
Get your ass up.
You must see Aeon and Ion, so that's what we're saying. You believe it's due to orbital factories. Maybe they have infrastructure for stealing information from the Foundation, RF, Burn, and CCF. Precious Mint, TL. Oh, gee, looks like you're undercover. Plan worked out without a hitch. Oh, gee, were you able to talk about this store orientation? Thanks to Precious Smith's sister earlier. Rain told me about the situation. I've been hummed up for a while, so let me know if I can help you. I say thank you. Awesome. We've seen got T on board. This is huge. Backing up, you actually helped out, Professor. We haven't seen you in a while. What are you doing here? The government can't tell me where I can and can't go. I heard the Aeon girl from the Foundation was here, so I figured I should meet up for her. I decided to help to stop the community source in past time. I figured that was the case. Things changed a bit. Why did I give him so much special favor? That's the genius treatment for you. He's done for refusing to help out. Oh, once he gets angry, I suppose it's the government's best to just keep him happy then. Yeah, well, we should be thankful he's cooperating at all. I don't know if they have an orbital network, but if you could see plenty of things that your orbital communication agencies, bitch, I will let you know if there are any developments, including any that have to do with all things. Be careful. Thank you. Be careful too, Chief T.O. You're saying, can I have you take a look at this?
Oh, you have something interesting.
That Shinra, I could never mistake it as Zimmer or it was quite rare to find anyone of black signs like this. Hand it over, I'll take a look. Yes, please. There anything interesting? I'll have to run some analysis on it, but I have heard that there are variant forms of Zimmer ore out there in the world. I'd probably say this is more durable than normal Zimmer ore, which means I'll have to devise a new method of cutting it. A new method. That ain't possible. I never said it wasn't. In fact, I already have a few ideas in mind. I can make a weapon out of it right now if you need it. Really? Right a second? She's not underestimating you. Never amazing. She's never amazing, Professor. We should strike what's the iron hot. But first, whom should I make this weapon? Well, obviously for me, motherfucker. Maybe Itachi. I'll work on it right away. There's an acquaintance of mine at a workshop on Vaco Street. We'll head there. You're up and down the blue. It's no problem, really. And to be honor help Professor. How do you know, Professor? The professor actually advised my father when he was a student, so I had connections to get accepted in the Institute of Technology. I remember helping with things that had nothing to do with my training, but they're all good memories. The professor really does abuse people around him. You know, except it was done. All right, a quick job. Yatsupusa. Now that's him actually. I have to say, Professor, you crafted it. It's really incredible. I'm not an engineer, but I still appreciate all you put in your work. Hope you accept. And as low as I am to admit this, much of the work was only possible thanks to the groundwork Albert laid out. If it would have taken much longer for him. As in Professor Albert Russell, he's done a lot. I wondered before if he was behind a recent method for purifying Zimmer ore. And you know, it was also him. Indeed, it was. I believe he recovered during all those street happenings. Liberal a discovery. In terms of not a true genius, as it were. You don't see magazines film today. Professor Russell must be a remarkable man. Well, black Zimmer ore, of my observation, is a byproduct of Zimmer ore after having changed by way of some outside factor. That's your only speculation. But even if the ore itself isn't fully understood, the method of purifying it is. All relevant data has been sent to the Institute of Technology above it. Your workshop should know the method by now if you want to make a weapon. Good to know. Sure, let's go on that front. That will do. I'll return my work now. What are you doing? Touch me and Black Mirror or unleashes countless cuts.
Now...
Trevor, I can't let you do this. I have an appointment. Is there a problem? That's you understand the situation, don't you? This isn't time to be a sticker for the rules. Right now, Kleist needs power. Something happening over there? Here you go. Let's see what's going on. Oh, power outage, it looks like. No visit Class 7, old new man, sneak out the G. Where are you doing clear? Well, business, of course. I'm pitching people on a business collaboration for our company. We have our own exclusive distribution routes, and that allows us to deliver items that our stores could only dream of. Everyone has problems to deal with, you know. I wish we saw them. I see. Something seems off here because Hugo always been like, there's something I'd like to ask you about, but it seems we're short on time. Yeah, can we talk something too? Of course. Rean's Class 7. No, you and Order wish you good fortune. For about that, Class 7s, let's talk about things settle down a little bit. Power. What was the Class 7 quick said? You snuck out, huh? Good to see you all, Gary. You guys. What are you doing here? Probably go shopping. Go exercise. Eric's back. They're quite out now. She's on troll. The army. Seems was really starting. Okay, that's just here. Martial law too, crossbow. Thanks to be more since ever. No, it's not right. I think they were coming. This is clear war. Right here. Damn, Cal, how could they do such a thing? This is a declaration of war. What's the military doing? Don't they need to make a show of force right away?
This is horrifying.
And all according to their plan. It won't be long before war, as things stand.
I know it's frustrating to watch, but we can't afford any distractions.
It was like Crash Flying fan. So I'm playing the whole thing, talking about the one who shot the get the Empire Field Archer at night. There, what we were doing there, I was like, seems like full project is has stopped, I guess, alive, a lot of work. We'll just need connections at best. Are you talking about me? No way, I can't go anywhere right now. It takes one to know one.
buy something? Come on, buy some more. I got some good stuff. Done already? Wanna buy something? Come on, buy some more.
Okay, freeway. We're going on. All trains stop. Run short on agreements. I'll do that. Surprising, you can't get across zone. You don't have money for your in right now. I think you'll lower. If I made her see if you can stay there. Oh, you're right, but I don't like killing your pages like that. You see, never change. Spare lease. Take these. You're gonna give us a purebred hunters? Oh, you got me. There, lease. Please come back. Especially I have my history with damn. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. But period plans to completely disregard the wishes of the other countries. Better Allen, what are you doing here? I know it's you guys. I was wondering from over there. From what look of it, you've been for a long, huh? Yeah, but what are you two doing to brace here? We knew I was here, but I requested I stay in communication with the various factions. I only just heard you out on your way here. Marquis have been pretty on good terms since the incident, and I was trading info with Patrick when this guy showed up with a message from my dad, or maybe it was something from Lieutenant Colonel Nyhart. Both right, actually. The two of you sent me here together. Or my division is currently on standby at the military base, and also Lieutenant Colonel has also resigned. The Instructor returned to active duty. Not a good sign. Many campus students are pretty confused. Instead of gone as well. I wonder what the friends are doing. The most important thing is what the brace girl and brains are going to be shut down differently again. Not just two here in Hunter, but every single one in Airbonia. Well, that's I knew it. Something was fished from the start. Yeah, they're pulling the rug out from under us way earlier than I thought they would. You saying all this, and that means that Tobal and Scherzard are. I think it's pretty leery things are, but it's good that we got a warning ahead of time. Not a warning officer. No, I'm just a messenger. Everyone, I'm sure things won't be easy from here on, but good luck. Don't worry, I won't tell everyone you slipped away from your field exercise duties. The general and Lieutenant Colonel told me to play dumb if anyone asks. I see. She's that. How thoughtful those bitches. Well, I'll be excusing myself now. Come a quick way. That's another time we gather at school. I was sure you don't fall behind. That's right. We were in a fencing club together. Wait a minute, guys, you're in our club. I'd say you changed a bit from when you started the store. But Patrick wasn't in fencing club. I'll tell you. Thank you not to dig up fast like that. Very mature at the time. Oh, you nasty. Even once this brand's closed, your work won't go hindered greatly. Father has said that he will see to you receive all the support you require. Got it. I'll let you know when time comes. We need things. Try not to be such a bother. We'll try not to be such a bother. So. Yeah, I can't believe that kid who shot the Emperor was from Hamel. We need to get a hold of those two in the borough. Estelle and Joshua. Those are specifically prohibited from entering Airborne. Yes. Yeah, but this whole mess is essentially mess up with Joshua. Damn it. Everything we were worried about was going to happen in the Empire, so I'll go on for one. Honestly, I kind of want to get Tia back safe from the borough. That's understandable. Or that she'd go along willingly. Yeah, once she's... Yeah, she can be surprisingly stubborn at times. When she's made up her mind, just don't change it yet. I wonder who could have taught her to be like that. Even if we ignore it, was going to affect the borough sooner or later. Between Oliver and Charizard and all our buddies back home, we'll do everything we possibly can. Thank you. It's really assuring to have you all on our side. Both you and Cole, thank you. Charizard, how is General Le Guin faring? Or Schwarzer, he said. How is General Le Guin doing? Well, she's a principal of the school whose student caused a huge crisis. I can imagine what a normal person might do under circumstances. This is General Le Guin we're talking about. I have no idea. I suppose that shouldn't surprise me, given what I know about her. But you know, she was a supreme commander in Noble Alliance. Unless something truly catastrophic happens, she won't take any careless action. Yes, especially what I was going to say. By the way, do you know where General Brigadier Wallace has gotten to? Oh yeah, I didn't see him at the party last night. Or he's with. Take care. You should venture around the city. And Schwarzer, if you possibly check on Elise. Well, I'm not sure if I'll be able to meet with them, but if you're to visit her for me, it might be okay if you, yes, silently cheer her on from a generous distance, maybe hidden some bushes. At least let me say hello. That's funny. No, long time to see. Oh wow, sure it's been a while. I haven't seen you since the last time I was here in Nambra from Wrigley. I knew you worked here, but I didn't know you had joined professional work stuff. Sorry, I couldn't stop by earlier. I had a lot going on. No, I know you're busy. And with everything that's going on right now, you seem to have a very heated discussion. You must be Ellie Craig. I also heard of the rest from thors. Lady Claire stopped by more. She seems a little off. She said thank you for everything. David's company. Sounds like the marriage Claire. I can't say for sure, but it sounds like fine goodbye. She really never was good with these sort of thing, but let's just let her be good for now. We shouldn't, bother her. Yeah, I have a bad feeling like this. There's a kind of books and goes with him. I'm only unsure about half of it. I'm scared. Can you take it for me? Mark Schwarzer. The book Trail Sharon, I remember hearing about a local booking ban. About, Chief Imperial, how can it speak? You can't condone terrorist acts, but strange thing he predicted the current situation. Or something, I thought this manifesto was for her, but whoever guessed what he said will come true. It's for G, what G was talking. Holy shit! Marching towards dystopia. Do you know the word dystopia? Recently, the self-styled reformers faction criticized the unchanging nobility system, asserting the highest priority of a strong nation was to replace the system with an equal side with the imperial family at the top. They say this is a utopia that the empire and all citizens should strive for. The opposing noble faction tends to place importance on respective traditions, which is difficult to call a logical argument, causing them to lose ground with the reformers faction. This offer doesn't totally support the system of nobility, but after seeing the situation in politics these last 3 years, I can't help but agree with the nobles. Typical of this are the words and policies of Chancellor Gilif Osborne, representative of the imperial government. Of common verbs, he is known as the leader of the reformers faction. Though he received the title when taking the office of Chancellor, he spoke out against the discriminatory class system and worked hard against it. This obviously triggered conflict with noble powers, but it wasn't the core of the problem. He stressed countless times in his speeches that these are turbulent times indeed. The Orbital Revolution sped up many things, and fighting not only territory, but now in the economic field has exploded inside and outside the empire. This urging seemed to be the mark. Looking closely at the situation, however, should clue one in on the fact that many of these confrontations and upheavals come from the imperial government's strong, adroit interventions and a result of the work of the intelligence division and Chancellor himself built. The annexation of the city-state of Jirai 6 years ago to 4 great houses, increasing hostility to explicit tax reform, and citizens that were victims of the expansion of the railway system, all of this fanned the flames that threatened to swallow us. Even adding the fuel of hatred to grow those flames even larger is the scene painted by these events. If so, then what awaits on the other side is not a utopia, but a time of tumult, a dystopia where offerings are made to monsters, a world where morals have fallen away, ruled by war. If a wildfire like that soiled the empire or the entire continent, I don't mind if you laugh this off as an absurd delusion, or if this is considered slanderous, I decided to put my career as a philosopher and statesman on the line by writing this piece. I pray that these words reach at least one person. July 7, 1202, Imperial Academy. Assistant Professor of Political Philosophy, Michael Gideon. He died in the Crossville games at Trosa. I remember. Yeah. What's going on? We're all students. I sent everyone out to gather information. I didn't plan on asking for your help, but they insisted. Looks like you've been doing plenty of steps. Yes, I figured this was the best course of action. Do you have any information on the student? Yes, but only a certain extent. Darren Vagdikis forming an army at guerrilla forces to the east. Third Armored Division led by Zex received orders this morning and is currently on the move. However, I don't know what the 7th Armored Division, which includes Mueller, is doing right now. So they really are getting into position to face the Republic. What? We must prepare for the worst. We need to figure out what needs to be done, and then, as manners, we go do what we must. Kurt, everyone, I pray you have a good fortune. Yes, mother, please be careful as well. It's also sunny. I wonder what one will be able to reopen. I'm sorry, we're close to the end. It's Class 7. It's okay for you guys to be in the scene now? Hey man, sister's him, sir. Don't worry. Anyway, what's going on here? He's a bit hated. Sorry, the mess you see them, and he seems being closed indefinitely. And why is that? Due to martial law, no doubt. Government side that given the condition His Majesty is in, the government funded institutions like ours will be closed down for the time being. We were notified this morning. Also, the calling for scan fewer items. A crew came in this morning to take a bell away just this morning. Is that okay? I suppose they didn't give me much choice. Yeah, something feels off about this. Anyway, sorry to bother you when you're so busy. Don't have to worry about it. We're just cleaning up the place right now. Anyway, while you're here, something happened. I thought there was some sounds coming from the basement earlier. The door cut it out. I need to go down there later. Sorry. It's not the Dark Dragon, but I do sense there's something strange down there. It might be a good idea to investigate in that case. Okay, probably the monster. Is this right? Hi.
Sit!
It's big. Let's be careful.
Yeah, that almost like a hippo.
There!
What a passionate foe!
Arcus activate!
It's my turn! Analyzing enemy unit! I got it!
The false about a fiend born from a space-time distortion, and everything it soon is pulled into its alternate dimension.
It's my turn! Spirit Unification! I'm up! My mind is clear. More leaves!
Yes!
Resonate! Divine Song Formation!
Yes! There! It's my turn!
I'll handle this. Asher! I swear upon my sword, evil will not prevail.
Now...
I look forward to next time.
Lord Schmidt.
Ah, how soothing.
Because you mean we're called Marcel vote. I'm not saying I need all the salons to be open. I just want to cleanse myself a little. Fancy's royalty. Marcus Powell is doing here. I guess I'd say he doesn't fully understand what's going on, but can't go in right now. So thanks for interesting for him. My work. Chris, what are you guys up to? I seem to hear. We're with the two people holding an official meeting of Racecourse VIP. What do you mean? Correct. Marquis Harms or Governor Reagan. They may be respected heads of noble and foreign factions. Both are highly opposed to national motivation law, so City Hall had no hand after all. I'm sure my father basically, but even they agreed to work together, it may be difficult to stop what's already in motion. But still, we believe this meeting could lead to a breakthrough. Paris, are you? Seem to be doing a lot behind the scenes, and not as much as a lot of you. You should be now. You should be off. You mustn't let yourself be seen by too many people. Best of luck, everyone.
The Heimdall Cathedral.
It feels oddly quiet around here.
Let's go inside after we've finished any other business we have.
Is that the Imperial Defense Force? Of course, they really are patrolling yesterday. What should we do, Reed? It can't be any close. We have to wait.
No. There you go.
Did you catch all? Oh my god. Doors locked. Looks like Amy's clearly closed. Yeah. Well, they've been clear war of them after all. Except that this declaration has been separate quickly. I wonder if the officials still here will be deported as well. Oh, and that clerk. They've really done it. That means government is serious. That means we have to be ready for anything. There's nothing left for us here. We need to go back and find our way. Right. Alright, okay, Elise. Whatever I asked you to do this, Ring sister. You think of what Elise does, you may be handing she's grandfather. Ring, oh, you're here. Well, this is quite a spectacle. Ring music, everyone. Thank goodness you're okay. I heard about your situation with these two. I see. Yeah, you must have come here because you were worried about Instructor Rean. I won't deny, but I was also hoping to get a hold of the princess. That certainly is worth the worry, especially considering what happened yesterday. Father was, and right before her eyes too. Not to mention that speech her young brother gave to that. Hey, Fee. I thought of two of them outside earlier. I had the opportunity to meet Elise during the excessive crowd. So I had my you'll connect with the brigade department at the Imperial Palace or not. They're not very security conscious, so it should work out. I suppose we did. I just finished with the communication system valve. Well, it'd be hard to do so directly, but that should be a good way to get a hold of her. I'm about to contact them now. When things go well, you can talk to her. I was surprised to hear that Gwen and Chairman Irene were contacting me, but I never thought it would be Elise and Rean and others. Princess, I'm glad that she's here face free. How is she? There have been any updates. She's still critical here. This morning, medical college brought in a famous doctor. Is that? Doctor treated Sharon. The medical equipment is currently being delivered. It just came this morning on a high-speed plane. He should be fine. I heard that doctor is very talented. Everything will be okay for us. Securing Ash is one of my classmates. That isn't an easy thing for me to say. That's true. I understand that something was off Ash. My mother was calling me. Can't come to her conclusions, so please don't worry about that. My brother heard all team and Billy are missing. Cedric's speech, Princess. I've decided to leave here and return to the girls' school. But why, Princess? I was worried about my mother, but she told me to take care of whatever I need to take care of. And Prince Cedric's giving his speech. I want to see how things are outside the clouds. That's very, very commendable of you, Princess. It's possible for you to see the situation for yourself, indeed. But please have someone escort you. Your safety period. And please don't worry. I'll have my finest guard come to me. That was me at the hotel. I should be here in an hour. That's waiting. Please be careful. And thank you for understanding what Ash has been going through, bitch. Let's show our things. Let's take care of things. Ash be hearing Chancellor Cedric's speeches in the Warp Calvert. We'll find out who's pulling the strings behind everybody and get our peaceful world back. Instructor. Same goes for me, Princess. The Inspector won't tolerate this either. And we will also find whatever it is. Was it regular shirt brother? But you can count on it. Of course, thank you, everyone. I'm sure the Princess feels a lot better speaking to everyone. His Oliver has been out since this morning, and yeah, he made some comments on the radio. Seemed like he was really trying hard to calm everyone down. I heard the Viscount and Tolvar board are courageous. Honestly, I'm sure that would put the Princess at ease. Please be careful. Guards find out. Yeah, I'll be careful. Julie, take care of yourself and the Princess as well. Well, what's up with Sharon? She hasn't been back since this morning. She left this morning. What of it? He said, I know that being an outsider is not my place to say this, but no, you're not an outsider. She did, after all, tell me you about her past. Oh, when she helped me in CrossFit, she told me, tell you if anything happened to her. Oh, that's what they were talking about. It seemed pretty serious. You must know why he knows about her past, but you don't. Do you not? I understand I'm still unreliable to Sharon, but I'm not born a bird. But I've kept that fourth development division running past year. I've launched projects that you even know about my mother. You must know that they exist, but you don't know any details, do you? Well, of course. After all, you made it RF's rule that every division be independent. So I ran for his daughter, but as a fourth chief of the fourth development division, at least around for, I feel that I've been doing a job. Positions might be different by his employee colleagues. I'm not going to rely on you for this. I'll discover truth on my own. Not to mention, she isn't too far, honestly. You do realize that there's some big talk for someone who only has a year of experience, right? Yes, but Grandfather told me you were like this when we were younger, too. You met Father while your work had stalled. What a loudmouth. At least, are you sure about this? I can tell you what Sharon told me, bitch. Thanks. Now the time, I'll find Sharon and answer myself. At least that's the spirit. Don't be giving things taken for yourself. Well, she's so cool. Yeah, do as you please. We'll see that this current situation is far more dire than you know. But see for yourself and with your very own eyes, and don't you dare look away, of course. Alright, so that goes for all of us, including Alyssa. Where's Schmidt? He hasn't come back since he left for the airport. Jeez, I was hoping I could talk to him about Prince Oliver's consultation. Something going on? I heard you received some documents years ago. Yeah, she coming with a new idea. Well, he'll probably come back once he gets hungry. What is about that boy?
Now,
Continue to train hard.
You know, and my guy said people won't speak to the project a while, so we took care of any unfinished business. No one's here. How can this cathedral be
So,
completely
you've arrived
empty?
at last.
How can this cathedral be completely empty? Rosalia. Oh, Rosine. Oh, you're from Lee's Chapel, Sister Rosine? I heard rumors, but wait, so what guy and Emma were talking about? Well, expecting you to show up here, but your main objective is different, right?
Yes, it's good to see you all again. Please, come in. They're waiting for you just over there.
Ah, I'm glad you all finally made it. The church has decided this issue now merits the attention of the Congregation for the Sacraments. As such, the Archbishop and all the staff here have been moved to another location.
Huh? I get it now. Oh, Thomas, your new getup. Huh? You're that former instructor from the Thors main campus. Thomas?
Thank you for all your diligence, Rosine. I'd feel much better if you were to stand watch over the front door now, just in case.
Yes, understood. Leave it to me.
What was that all about? Yeah, it's pretty shocking to us, too.
Let me introduce you. This man is a member of the Gralsritter, a division of the Septian Church. He's the second in command, in fact. Thomas Lysander. He holds the seat of Second Dominion and is sometimes known by his title, the Partitioner.
Gralsritter. They're an armed knight organization that is run by the church. I'd heard that female terrorist S was once among their ranks. Oh, wait a minute. Guys, does this mean... Are you? Wait, I didn't know she was a
allow me to introduce you.
Wait, I didn't know she was a Gralsritter. I think she was part of the armed church members, but I don't think she was a Gralsritter.
This man is one of the Gralsritter's 12 Dominion.
Yeah, okay, the girl was probably a Gralsritter, but I don't think she was a Dominion, yeah.
The successor to the 8th Dominion, Gaius Warzel.
But why? Is this why we couldn't get a hold of you for the past 6 months?
A lot happened all at once. After graduating from Thors, I returned to Nord and began observing the struggle between Erebonia and Calvert. However, I began to feel something dark and sinister carried on the winds of the plateaus. I consulted my father and the chief, and eventually my old teacher, Father Barkhorn, came to visit. You might remember the name. He was the traveling priest we chased after during the Civil War. But it turns out, he was also the 8th Dominion of the Gralsritter, with the title the Roaring Lion. He was an extremely skilled knight who investigated the Salt Pale in Northumbria and trained Brigadier General Bardius. Apparently, he was worried and came to Nord to check up on me. He explained to me that what I had been sensing was called the Gale of Ruin. I'm not sure why I'm able to sense it. Maybe it's because I'm a descendant of those who fought alongside the Lionheart Emperor. I mentioned this to him and he came to a realization. But then it happened. A Calvardian ship that broke past the 7th Armored Division attacked my village. My father was away at the time. I fought back in an attempt to protect my family, but it was no use. Right as I prepared myself for death, my teacher threw his huge body in the way to protect me. And as he lay there dying, he passed his stigma onto me. Across the nearly 1,000-year history of the Grolsritter, its highest-ranking members have each borne one of 12 sacred markings. This was one of those markings.
The Roaring Lion, I've heard that name many times. He saved many people who were affected by the disaster in Northumbria. Damn, I wish we saw more of him. Yes, among the current Dominion members, he was the most veteran. And after stigma was passed to Gaius, I took him to the holy city of Arteria, where he received night training. Hence his half year of silence. I see. Is that what was happening? He should have told us. It could have helped you. It's okay. Everything happened so quickly. I did everything I had to do and finished my night training. Last month, Eustace was finally able to reach me. The power that I've received from my master, with it, I will say the Empire, my second home. With it, I will say the Empire, my second home, as a member of Class 7. Guys. She's always been so grand and reliable. Thank you, guys. Please lend us your strength. Yes, I'll give you my all. Seeing someone like him put us under even more pressure. Yeah, that gap isn't just in age or experience. This group certainly has become already formidable. Not really. We're still just training, much as you guys. I have a ways to go before I reach the height of my predecessors, and speaking of which...
Grandmother! Stop hiding! Come out already! You're the one who called us here in the first place, aren't you?
I only hid myself so as not to interrupt your discussion.
You're Emma's grandmother, the elder witch's Roselia, was it?
But you may simply call me Rose. I had you all gather here for one reason. To explain to you the background between the Hexen clan and the church.
I see, that's how it is. But aren't the witches opposed to the church?
It's not as though we don't believe in Adios. There have been some differences in opinion over the years, but we and the church have worked together on a number of occasions.
For example, during the War of the Lions, or the vampire incident in the Middle Ages. Not to mention the fight against the Dark Dragon 800 years ago.
But all that was just Rose sticking her nose into other people's business.
Wait, so you were involved in all that?
Legend has it, Emperor Dreikel's camp was once visited by a good witch. And the novel Red Moon Rose features a vampire hunter affiliated with the church who was, in truth, the true ancestor of the vampires. The woman you now see before you was both of these people, even if she looks a bit different.
How old are you exactly?
800 or so. However, you should know that my situation is somewhat unique. All other witches are normal humans. Except, of course, for the fact that they are all descendants of those who once guarded the Septarian of Fire.
Septarian of Fire is the same as Ariel of Libero and the Great Tree of Crossbow. Septarian is the 7 gifts bestowed on humanity by Adios. It's said that they were all lost during the Great Collapse 1200 years ago. They're the things Ouroboros has been trying to get their hands on all this time. Yeah, now for the main topic. Now, where to begin? Grandmother, we don't know anything beyond this. Don't leave out any details. Make sure you explain it fully. I second the request. I don't know details either. Let's see, Roselia, perhaps we should take turns talking, bitch. Very well, that will suffice. I'm sure you've noticed by now, but there's a front and back to this empire. Seraphins are directly affected by the turbulence of the government and war, and that causes cryptids and powerful monsters from our planes to stir. That explains to them. So that as the empire's territory spreads, so will they. Aroma grass and magic knives, where do they come from in the first place? Well, to begin, Paloma grass is a mana grass from the higher planes. It once served as the eyes and ears of the Septenarian of Mirage. Normally it's blue, but after Incense and Crossbow, it all vanished. That is until Crossbow became part of the Empire, at which point it began reappearing in this new scarlet shade. The implications are rather chilling. It changed color to match the Infernal Council, perhaps? There's undoubtedly a connection. As for the magic knights, you may have heard before, but they are golems from the Dark Ages. They were created by mages of the Empire to fight against the Divine Knights. During the Civil War, something caused them to stir once more, and now they appear in Crossbell via the Spirit Path. No way. That will explain the increased census of cryptids recently. What about society? The Fifth Council Blaze Plan. They sought to use Crossbell's false phantasma to awaken the blaze in Erebonia. At least that's what I heard. Seriously, so that was their plan? Where'd you hear that? Last night I heard it from the Chancellor himself. He told me some other intriguing things too, but I feel like he intentionally left out some of the more important details. I see. I heard you talk to him, but it seems Ouroboros' work in Crossbell 2 years ago was to bring about some kind of change in Erebonia. Just so you know, Crossbell's Mirage Septarian was an artificially created fake. It was shown in the original, but the site had no interest in it. Were I to hazard a guess, their goal is to acquire the two treasures that originally existed here. The Terrians of Fire and Earth that once called the land of Erebos home. The Terrians of Fire and Earth. So the Burrow had a Septarian of Space, and Crossbell had a Septarian of Mirage, but Erebonia had two Septarians. Hold on a second. If Emma, the witches of the people are the sins of the people who guard Septarian of Fire, and then Black Worship Gnomes are the same people. The sins of those who guard the Septarian Earth. There are counterparts, much like the royal Al's family of Laburo and Croy's family and Crossbell. In addition, you may be aware that each Septarian has his own holy beast designed to watch over it. Laburo had an ancient dragon, Crossbell had a divine wolf, and as it had two Septarians, Erebonia had two holy beasts as well. However, after the Great Collapse, each of them vanished alongside the Septarian they were to oversee. That's a core issue. The two Septarians, the two groups of people who worship them, and the two holy beasts, the Septarians and holy beasts disappeared, and people changed their names. So what happened in Erebonia 1200 years ago? Allow me to reveal to you the truth behind the land of Erebos. The story still relies on a modicum of speculation. Please keep that in mind.
In the beginning, this land housed two of the Septarians. The Arc Rouge, Septarian of Fire and wielder of fierce power. The Los Zem, Septarian of Earth and bearer of unyielding endurance. Each assumed the form of a colossal guardian and went about granting boons and performing miracles for its people. For a few centuries, the land of Erebonia prospered, but eventually, its people began to vie for power and control. The Septarians had always granted their people's wishes, but now, their peoples each wished for the other's destruction. And so, the two colossi began fighting. Their battle ravaged the earth and split the sky, devastating the entire region. The humans tried to stop them, but it was in vain. The Septarians' fight continued 1,000 days, scorching the land black. When the battle ended at long last, it was a tie. Exhausting their power in one final strike, the two Septarians were blown away, left as nothing but empty shells. Yet the tale did not end there.
The power expelled by each Septarian collided and became one, resulting in the creation of an entirely new entity. The Great One, the Septarian of Steel. It was an existence created from the union of fire and earth. It was beyond anything else in this realm. It was the ultimate source of power. Though things seemed fine at first, the survivors of the war soon realized the eternal conflict within it. They knew this conflict would cause it to grow ever more unstable, and that it was not something that could be handled by mankind.
With the Holy Beast's assistance, the Kins of Fire and Earth joined together to see the Great One sealed away. However, each of their attempts ended in failure. Left with no other options, they resorted to their final plan. The Great One would remain whole in the higher plane, yet its physical incarnation in this world split into numerous shards. It was this final gambit that saw disaster averted.
Indeed. Their combined efforts bore fruit. The kin of Earth created 7 vessels, while the kin of Fire split the Great One's power and infused each vessel with a part of it.
7 dolls in the form of knights, each bearing the Great One's power, the Divine Knights.
Wow. That's beyond fathomable. I was told about this in bits and pieces, but so all that happened 1,200 years ago. That wasn't a fairy tale, right? At the very least, something similar happened. So what happened after that? Why did Valmar and the other Divine Knights start fighting, bitch? This is, as far as history, the story that was passed down goes. So the King of Fire became the Hexen clan. The King of Earth became the Gnomes. They split the unstable ultimate power into 7. Then both sides decided to watch over the reconstruction after the Great Collapse. Oh, and by the way, many people from each kingship have since abandoned their roles. They joined together, starting 7 people from the surrounding area, and created the foundation of what became Erebonia. This is around the same time the Septian Church was spreading across Erebonia. 300 years passed, and Arn family sat to establish the City of Heimdall, and that's when the disaster occurred. The disaster of Dark Dragon occurred.
900 years ago, Heimdall. Was a small city of only about 50,000 people. However, it was one of the burgeoning centers of culture for the region. The Septian Church had finished construction on the Heimdall Cathedral, and there were plans to develop the city even further. But it was then the Dark Dragon appeared, blanketing Heimdall in miasma and transforming it into a city of the dead. Emperor Astorius chose to lead his people south and made St. Arc the new capital of Erebonia.
In helping Emperor Astorius deal with this crisis, the Hexen clan and gnomes each suffered substantial losses. The Hexen clan lost its elder, and the gnomes their holy beast. And so ended their alliance. The final time they spoke would be a century later. It was when Emperor Hector awakened the Vermilion Knight to reclaim Heimdall from the Dark Dragon. He did so at the urging of the chief of the gnomes and the new elder of the Hexen clan, myself. However, the Emperor fell to the Dark Dragon's miasma, and the Vermilion Knight to its curse. The Emperor's son had the chief of the gnomes and myself seal the cursed knight deep below the Imperial Palace. That would be the last act our 2 clans performed together. I do not know why, but the gnomes cut off contact with our clan and hid themselves away. In the 800 years that followed, whenever war struck Erebonia, a divine knight would enter the stage, demonstrate its might, then vanish. I was certain the gnomes were involved, yet all we could do was guide awakeners on the proper course. This unending pattern reached its most fevered peak 250 years ago during the War of the Lions. The false Emperor Orthros unearthed the cursed Vermilion Knight, and a mercenary under Prince Lucius' employ awakened the Palatinate Knight. Prince Dreichels found the Ashen Knight, and Leanne the Argent Knight. The 4 awakened at once, made for a grand war indeed.
So that's how things connect. But what about the Azure Knight? Did they mention that? There are so many parts of this story I want to question, but so Emma's grandma was around during the War of the Lions. A good witch. I've read about them in fairy tales. As a princess guy, I accompanied Draco's camp, and I remember those days. I used to be quite confused. All I mean to say is that the art pictures of me are not inaccurate. As I say earlier, the Elder of the Witches isn't a normal human. After you've been watching over the clan, after becoming an immortal being. Yes, however, I came only to exist 800 years ago. My predecessors perished soon afterward, and I don't have any memories from before that point. So naturally, there are things that I still do not know. But there are things that you do know about, such as you said that Maiden Leanne was awakened at Argent Night, and whether or not she is Ouroboros's Steel Maiden. Not true, you could confirm so many things, bitch. It is her, that much I am certain. She was a daughter of a cow who met the Wandering Prince and later challenged Apocalypse, only to lose her life. Before that happened, it was I who guided Leanne to become the Argent Awakener. Leanne knew her powers were too great, so she kept them hidden away. Knowing during her battle with the Apocalypse that she unleashed her full might, in the end she was fatally injured and passed away after the war. Half a year later, I witnessed her revival. Along with your ancestor, Arcade, second in command of the Eisenritter. So that's why. Really want to revive them, grandmother? Yeah, that I'd like to know too. After Leanne passed, I thought it strange how her body did not rot. So I took her body back to the village, and half a year later, she simply woke up. I assumed she had become an immortal, though I could not say when or how. Leanne realized what was happening to her, so she let everybody walk to Earth without even telling her love Drycles. Left her Graham to Arcade, her right-hand man. I occasionally met with her whenever she came around, but the last time was 20 years ago. That's when she met Ouroboros. Grandmaster brought her into the fold. Thanks for sharing this. There are some things that can't be overlooked. We've seen too many incredible things over the last few months. So the Boz and Crow were both. As I said earlier, we have no idea what specifically happened. I think he is a divine knight. The King was not an awaker when he was alive. On the other hand, Dracos was an awakener, but he did not become immortal. He has remained dead. That's right. I'm sure Rean isn't immortal, is he? Right, he's still been growing since graduating. Yeah, I may have some weird powers, but I've definitely aged. Is there a common reason? I believe there are only two people who know the truth. The current Chancellor Gilly Fosbury and the Chief of Gnomes, Black Alberek. So that's the leader of the Black Workshop. Yeah, I do not believe he's immortal like me. The leader of the Gnomes is somehow passed down from one to the next. In order for them to achieve their goal of bringing about the Great Twilight, it's the first I've heard of it. Is that the fairy tale that Vita was talking about? Yes, 800 years ago, as we were going our separate ways, that is what the Chief of Gnome told the Prince of me. It was as if he was foretelling our future where everything ends. Oh, wait, it's too much showing the direction the Empire is heading. Let me add this. The reason Barkhorn and I were discovered in Erebonia was because we discovered an anomaly. The Seer veins were being destroyed all over Cotty, and the source seemed to emanate from the Empire. It was like a ripple effect. The incident of Burrow and Crossbow, as well as the Civil War in Erebonia, only served to further increase the distortions. They continued to get larger as Crossbow and Northumbria were folded into the Empire, and larger again when the Crypts and Magic Knights of Erebonia appeared in Crossbow. On the other hand, Plomo grass, which is native of Crossbow, started blooming in the Empire. If the Great Twilight really is about to happen, then all this seems to be an omen of things to come. Who is this Albrecht person? He uses the Masked Man as his agent, and the High Diggy King, who's supposed to be dead. Are there other gnomes out there? Well, your dear rap friends may technically count, but besides the Masked Man, their leader seems to have at least one other acting fucking agent. I cannot say who this person may be, but it would seem they are talented craftsmen at any rate. No, and before you jump to a conclusion, I'm not speaking of that little brat Schmidt. It would seem the person I speak of possesses a different kind of genius than he does. A talented craftsman. That's putting some unpleasant ideas in my head. In any event, Albert and the Chancellor are probably connected, and unlikely to be through the Intelligence Division or his children. With the incidents of last night, things may have already been put in motion. Oh. Well, why do you say that? Last night, we finally decoded the Black Records that you found the other day. The Black Records are a collection of a particular type of artifact sometimes found in Erebonia. I was actually exchanging information about them with Rean. Really? When did that happen? Right before all of you graduate, he revealed his true identity to me. Told me not to tell anyone. I hope you don't hold it against me. Father Thomas. She probably took advantage of Rean's sense of responsibility, didn't she? Well, I can't deny it. In any event, this is what the Black Records said.
When the sacrifice is made and the ancient blood flows, the path to the Grawl of Erebos shall open. When the tainted holy beast is pierced by the blade of world's end, and its blood fills the Grawl, the great twilight shall fall upon the land.
What? That timing is too perfect. It's as if the prophecies are written about our current situation, bitch. If the ancient blood is referring to the Emperor, then is sacrifice referring to Ash? What about the Grawl and the Blade? The Grawl is probably related to the Septian Church and a tainted holy beast. Father Thomas, could that be, as stated earlier, guys? It was taking place beneath this cathedral, the primal ground facility that was designed to play a major role after the Great Collapse. 900 years ago, when Harmdell was shrouded in darkness, it retreated beneath here and disappeared. I heard about such a facility in Laburo. Yes, there is one beneath the Grand Cell Cathedral in Laburo too. However, when Harmdell was retaken, the space beneath the cathedral was buried by rock. What if it didn't disappear and simply transferred somewhere else instead, huh? So it still exists. The holy beast mentioned in the prophecy, it's likely the holy beast hers. As I said before, it disappeared after the great disaster 900 years ago. It's only speculation, but I believe the dark dragon you faced the other day was merely a servant of the true holy beast. Wait a minute, are you saying that the dark dragon wasn't caused everything? Though it was needed powerful cryptid, it was not something to which the gnomes could not take care of together. The holy beast gave birth to the dark dragon and is still alive somewhere. Where else could it be but the primal ground? All the conditions set forth and probably your lineup. This got to be a joke, you fucking bitch. Regardless, this blade world's end that defeats the holy beast. In other scriptures, it is called the originator zero. I'm speculating that it's a special workshop created by the Black Workshop, or a special being. I don't know. What in the world? At the very least, it's probably isn't anything like what the boss uses. Do you think it's made of Zemirian ore, like weapons used by divine knights? That would seem most likely.
Muse?
Is something the matter?
Oh?
You realize something?
Right now, we need any straw we can grasp at.
Anything at all could help, no matter how small.
Yes, you're right. That term. Originator Zero. Could that be OZ, perhaps?
That's what the Black Workshop called Milliam and Altina.
They're model numbers.
OZ.
What are you talking about?
So you finally made it.
That voice.
Vita!
Ah, so the prodigal granddaughter returns.
Misty, Vita.
I heard you had been acting on your own.
Nice to see you again, grandmother. Emma, Celine, and Class 7 too. And thank you for mediating, Mr. Lysander.
Oh, don't even mention it. It always breaks my heart to see a family torn apart so.
Vita! Why? You really don't plan on ever coming back, do you?
That's correct. As I said before, my allegiance will forever lie with the Grandmaster. I can't return to you and grandmother. I can never go back to the way I used to be. Just like the Steel Maiden.
Seriously, who even is this Grandmaster person?
I have no clue. But it is clear she is quite taken with them. So do tell, Vita. If you have not decided to return to us, why show yourself now? Has Ouroboros finally decided upon its course of action?
Yes. After our experiments with the 3 ions, the 6 other Anguis came to a unanimous decision. They decided to ignore my warning. They will work with the Chancellor and the Gnomes to bring about the Great Twilight, completing the Phantasmal Blaze Plan. So that's how it is. The reason Ouroboros was so quiet the past month wasn't because they left Erebonia.
It was to carry out their plan, and determine whether they should work alongside enemies and traitors.
How can that be? If that were the case, it means...
They're all our enemies?
Is this?
It's not the cathedral's bell.
Huh? I think I recognize it from Crossbell.
You do?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I remember hearing it right before the incidents in Crossbell, when we were still independent. Oh! The one from the museum!
The bell from Stargazer's tower?
But the sound's coming from a different direction than the museum.
The Phantasmal Blaze Plan. What a fitting name. I wonder how much of this she foresaw.
That is quite enough mumbling to yourself. If you know what is going on, show us!
It'll be a bit tough without Grianos. I'll need your help, Grandmother. Emma, Celine, you too.
Yes! Ugh, I'm not your slave.
Now then, let's say we celebrate the continuation of the Phantasmal Blaze plan by ringing in the Great Twilight. I, Enforcer number 0, the Fool, shall play the opening note.
Check that out!
Huh. Sure is something.
Well, how about that?
So, the beginning of the end, is it?
Deja vu.
The Grawl of Erebos. Just as the Black Records foretold.
The crypt where the great power will be reborn.
Rean. Uses.
Couldn't have guessed this is how my day would turn out when I woke up this morning.
Let us begin. It is time. Chief of the Gnomes and head of the workshop, show me the way, Black Albric.
As you wish, my lord.
Rufus.
Millium.
Was that... Allie?
Yes. But why?
Boss, Zeno, and Leo.
Azure Siegfried.
And that guy in the lab coat. Isn't that...
The blazing demon and the fool were there as well.
So that's the maiden.
Why? We just spoke this morning and...
What's going on?
Lisa.
That man's name was Lumen or something like that, right? His hair looked different.
Franz Lumen, the first disciple of G. Schmidt and the deceased husband of the Reinford Group's chairman, also known as Franz Reinford.
Ah, so he has been lurking in the shadows these past 20 years.
Yes. Perhaps for the sake of working with the Chancellor, to engineer this very moment.
Elisa.
Snap out of it! Now's not the time! As a bracer, I can't just sit here and let them pull off whatever that Twilight crap is they're planning. How about all of you?
She's right. We can't stop here.
We gathered together to do whatever we could to help. Our goal remains unchanged.
Yep, true.
Elisa, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, Vita, what will you do now?
Well, I'd like to charge in there alongside the rest of you, mostly out of spite. Unfortunately, I suspect things won't be quite that easy.
What do you...
Something's...
There's a turbulent swirl in the mana.
Was that?
I believe so.
Father Thomas, Father Gaius, cryptids and magic knights have appeared all over the city.
All right, guys. For this one here, brought to you for out. Peace with you. And have a damn good one. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. There might be a battle ahead. Sounds like. Hopefully, let me change my equipment. Hey, you're some fucking scoundrels. All right. Peace out. You have a damn good one. Bye bye.